it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control. So no...
Coach, these fans have waited for this moment for decades, but playoff football has come to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and it's 3rd down.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes, even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Down. Here's Haskins. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Last week in the wild card win, he had 7 catches. That's his first one here. First down, Tennessee. First down carry for Henry. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They go play action with Haskins. This will be caught by Brown. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Henry. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on third down. Haskins. This one caught by Davis. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You've still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
26-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. On third down, Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Succop. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Good job, D. Good job.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
180! You.
On third down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Regular. Right there. 54, right there.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 17.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Hurry! Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home. 54.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Going deep here this is caught inside the 15. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space?
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over 1st and 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll run with Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second down, Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Now Haskins. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Derrick Henry all alone. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown Titans. Derrick Henry, 63 yards. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
On first down, it's Henry trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. On third down, it's Lewis. And they'll get this down to the 10. The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Good break up, baby. All day. Keep breaking them balls up.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On third down, it's Lewis, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point try now for Suckup. It's good to make it 17-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They go with Chubb on second down. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 31, check 31. Check.
A second down run with Lewis. Down to about the 22 here. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Here we go. 53 is mine. He's checking.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. They keep it with Henry on first down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This time they stay on the ground. fighting through, and he's got space. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
180! Point it right, point it right, point it right. Shoot! Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Working out of the gun. Mayfield got an open man. It's Radley. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Mayfield with it once more. It's caught by OBJ. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 6 yards away. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On third down, Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Pistol. 54. We own it. We own it. Check safety.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. They run it again with Chubb. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 43 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hey, let's get this. Check nickel.
And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. On 2nd down, here's Henry. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Haskins. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now Lewis here on first down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football, when you've got a D tackle who can contribute not only to occupying bodies, but also making plays on the ball carrier, that's when you have the cornerstone of a solid run defense.
On play action, Haskins. Man open left side is Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Play action. Haskins. He finds Humphreys. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Adam Humphreys. 38 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Suckup for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Next to score, Titans 31, Browns 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Now this throw caught left side, and he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Titans 20.
And again, it's Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Let's go!
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. The Titans on 3rd down, as close to automatic as you can get. 9 out of 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Kill.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's got Lewis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This is taken at the 23. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
54, Mike, 54. Check. Tight dog. Up. Bravo.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, D.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He finds his target, Beckham. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Hey, one set. Check. 54, Mike, 54. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
They'll try again with Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? A toss play to Chubb. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
2 yards. It's now 4th and goal.
Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Here comes an important one now for Austin Seibert. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside, or more likely I'd take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, Mayfield. And oh, what a catch that time by Landry.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Browns first down.
Mayfield now still just the one incompletion. 16 of 17. It's first down. Now Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check. Real.
On the carry, it's Chubb. Muscles by at the 25. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
180. Hey, alert. Check. Crunch. Mike, 55.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Third and 2, now Haskins. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing, so now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
And again, it's Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the curl, watch the curl. Alert, 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 alert.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert.
A 28-yard attempt.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. King. Wide, get wide. Whip. Watch the whip.
Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert.
28-yard attempt.
And the kick is good. He puts it through, and they are moving on to the AFC Championship game. And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.